Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Kakadash, top honors to the pastors from Great Millstone for teaching us the truth and other things. Shalom to the Shea Akim across the world, pushing the truth and sincere, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. Khan, Shalom. This article I found, it was posted by one of the brothers in the group chat. Solar panel owners can no longer take out a long-term contract. So what you're seeing here is people with solar panels on the roof can suddenly no longer conclude a multi-year contract with fixed prices with many energy suppliers. Households without solar panels still have that option. So it shows you, like, if you have this solar panel on your roof right now, you cannot make a new contract with a longer time, like 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. The only contract that you can take is like 1 year right now. But the households that don't have these panels on top, they still have the options to take 3 years contract. So first they took you in, deceived you to take all these solar panels because it is green energy and is better for the environment. But the moment you take it, then the deal is off the table. So here you spend money to do it, making free energy, but now the electricity companies don't want that free energy to pay you back. Crazy how they can suck you dry, man. So here, at two of the big three, Ascent and Eneco, customers with solar panels on the roof cannot now opt for cannot option for 3 years of fixed pricing. This option does not currently exist at Oxio and Energy Direct either. 1 year contracts are still concluded, so you can only take like 1 year contract. Tide turned. The tide for owners of solar panels has turned considerably in recent times. Last month, Vendabron announced that it will impose a levy on customers who supply energy back to the grid, which almost everyone does with solar panels. So everybody gets the money, give the energy what they have. If they have too much energy, they give it back to the electricity companies. And so, yeah, they get money for it. So the electricity companies can give it to somebody else again. But now a lot of people are doing it, so they ain't making that much money, which almost everyone does with solar panels. After all, on a sunny day, you can't always use all the power you generate right away. Energy suppliers are massively stuck with that returned solar power in their stomach. This irregular supply from households to the power grid makes it difficult to keep the grid in balance. If too much is supplied, a power station must be switched off somewhere else or run less fast or free. So if it runs slower or not that fast, is it not beneficial that less energy is spilled, less work, so the environment is cleaner? Is that not what you wanted? If we have this so-called climate change, I'm just saying. A fee has to be paid for this, and that all costs a lot of money. Imbalance cost, they call it. Scrapping 3 years contract instead of spreading those costs over all customers. Vanderbran recently decided to recover those extra costs from people with solar panels. The other parties now seem to be starting for that as well. First, first of all, by professionally scrapping, what is that word? Probably pronouncing it wrong. Hmm, professionally, 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 subject to further confirmation for the time being. Let me check something real quick, just to be sure. Follow up. Oh, come. Yes. So let's go back. So it's literally subjected to further confirmation for the time being. Oh, yeah, for the time being. Come. First of all, by professionally, for the time being, scrapping the contracts for 3 years like some other providers, we temporarily do not offer households with solar panels a permanent contract with a term of 3 years, says a NACO spokesperson. The company is now investigating how it can distribute the increasing cost that is still being looked at, and it is not clear at this time. So let me read further. Ascent has the same problem. Ascent also has that problem. It is annoying, but it is now the uncertain but it is now too uncertain to provide long-term security to people with solar panels, says the spokesperson. It is not only the imbalance costs that are a headache for Ascent. The fee that customers will generate more energy in a year than they consume is also a concern. So they say it's not about the money, right? It's because it's all in not in balance. But here you have like all the people that had a solar panel giving you all the energy back. Well, you can put it somewhere else, right? Give it free to households that cannot pay their bills, right? Why you ain't taking the responsibility then to make it better for the whole world if you have all the free energy? If you need to slow down the other companies, no, because you say it's not about money, but it is about money. Because you here you can help other people, but you ain't helping because it's not in balance. You ain't making enough money. That shows you like this whole so-called thing what they say with the global warming and all these things. This nonsense. Here you can help people, but you don't want to help people. That's the only thing what you ain't doing, man. Because it's imbalance. They're not gonna get out of here, man. They are a devil, man. They always lying, man. Never trust thy enemy. They're always lying, man. There's nothing. There's no thing that they can tell you, and you believe it. You see through their your tactics, man. They're always lying to you, man. Feed and feed. How much? Yeah, it's almost done, man. Little piece more. Feed and feed. That's the way it is. So suppose you consume 1,000 kilowatt hours in a year at times when the sun is not shining, and you supply 15 kilowatt hours to the grid on an annual basis. Then you cross those numbers off against each other. That's called netting For the remaining 500 kilowatt hours, you will receive a fee, according to Ascent. The problem is that this fee in tariff is assur- surely higher than the electricity price at the time. That is actually fed back, because if many people supply solar power to the grid at the same time, the price of the electricity will fall. So that cost money if the electricity price fell. But is it not that you want everything free of energy again? But no, it's not about the money, so-called money, what they say. But here it costs money. But here you get free electricity back. Pay the people and give your money, or you make a new deal so the people can help each other, right? So-called global warming, help each other out. They ain't doing that. I didn't read that. Maybe it's further on in the piece, but I didn't read it yet. Um, so that costs money. Those costs are now distributed to all customers, including those who do not have solar panels. Difficult to predict, because it is very difficult to predict in the long term how much solar power and wind energy will be supplied to the grid, and how often suppliers have to deal with extremely low or even negative electricity prices. Ascent cannot now offer certainty for a period of more than a year, explains the spokesman person. Okay, but the people that take the new deal, right? They still have the contract of 3 years. But after 3 years, what will you do then? You have more problems, right? More people are going to get it. So it will be like a plus plus income, right? That don't make the price better. It will go down. The price will need to go down. But here, they're going to lose money. That's all about. That's why you got to check these people, man. It's the same thing what they have with electric cars, man. People are falling so quick for this nonsense that, yeah, it's better to drive electric. Why? It's better for the environment. Nothing comes out of the out of the pipe, man. Nothing goes in the air, man. You have no engine, man. Only electric engine, man. That's bullshit, man. If you look up how it is made, it's better to drive a gas car, man. If you know how this pollute the earth for for to create all these electric cars and electric scooters, electric steps, electric bike, and how much are they catching fire also? Man, that car locks itself up, man, when he gets a malfunction, man. So don't trust in the things, man. Let me. It is not yet clear how long it will take for Ascent to offer the long-term contracts again. Vattenfall, the country's largest energy supplier, has no plans yet to limit multi-year contracts for households with solar panels. A spokesman said, but the company also recognized the problem of rising cost and is looking for ways to distribute those costs as fairly as possible. Why also this? You can storage electricity, right? Are there not some lands, places where they need electricity and you still can make a profit out of that? If it's a little bit of profit, you can still make a profit out of that. But here you want to reduce the sum of the companies, solar companies that making too much because They cannot. They make it too much. The people give too much energy, and the companies need to slow down the roll. Why? This is a scam, man. People are getting scammed with this, man. And these people just fall again for Esau's trick. Take this and you pay less. Look at you now. Whole roof. And even these things, man. You gotta watch out with these things. Why? Because if somewhere in this house catch fire and the fire fireman comes and want to spray water on this is like an umbrella, man. There's no water coming in through. This whole piece of this house will burn. Here you have the same thing. These things, man. That's crazy. You gotta watch out for these things, man. With that, I want to give all praise and honor unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Shalom.